Some action cameras are great, some action cameras suck. Today we're going through all the best action cameras available in the market today. Let's jump straight into it. GoPro Hero 12 Black. Holy crap, this thing's got more features than a Swiss Army knife on steroids. We're talking 5.3K video at 60 frames per second, hyper smooth 6.0 stabilization that's smoother than a baby's bottom, and HDR video that'll make your eyeballs pop. But let's be real, you'll probably just use it to film yourself falling off your skateboard in glorious 4K slow-mo, you clumsy oaf. Akaso Brave 8 Lite. Alright, budget ballers, listen up. This little beast shoots 4K at 60 frames per second, has a flip-up screen for all you wannabe vloggers, and comes with more accessories than you can shake a selfie stick at. Sure, it might not have the fancy bells and whistles of the big boys, but at least you'll have money left over for band-aids after your failed parkour attempts. Insta360 Ace Pro, holy moly, this camera's got an 8K resolution that'll make your grandma's TV look like a potato. It's got a flip screen, AI-powered editing, and low-light performance that'll make night owls hoot with joy. Just don't blame us when you spend more time fiddling with settings than actually filming your epic adventures, you tech nerd. DJI Osmo Action 4. This bad boy's got a sensor bigger than your ego, crushing it in low-light situations like a champ. It's waterproof up to 18 meters without a case, so you can finally film those underwater tea parties you've been dreaming about. But let's be honest, you'll probably just use it to make your boring life look more exciting on Instagram. GoPro Max. Alright, 360-degree video fanatics, this one's for you. This camera's got more angles than a geometry textbook with the ability to capture everything around you in glorious 5.6K. It's got 6 microphones for immersive audio, and stabilization so good it'll make your drunk uncle's wedding dance look smooth. Just try not to get motion sickness when you're editing all that footage, you dizzy daredevil. Insta360 Go3. This tiny action cam is like a hyperactive gerbil on steroids. Small enough to fit anywhere, but packing a punch with its 2.7K video and flip-out screen. It's got more mounting options than a desperate rock climber, but don't expect 4K or mind-blowing low-light performance. Still, with its magnetic superpowers and voice control, you can slap this bad boy anywhere and yell at it to start recording your epic or embarrassing adventures. Olympus Tough TG6. This rugged little beast is like the cockroach of cameras. It'll survive just about anything you throw at it, including 15-meter deep dives and 100-kilogram crushes. It's got more shooting modes than a drunken paparazzi, including some fancy underwater options, but don't expect DSLR-level image quality from its tiny sensor. The macro capabilities are so good you can practically count the nose hairs on a flea, but be prepared for some funky purple fringing in high-contrast areas. GoPro Hero 10 Black. This action cam is like the overachieving kid in class who just won't quit. It's got 5.3K video at 60 frames per second and can shoot 23 megapixel stills faster than you can say, hold my beer. The hypersmooth 4.0 stabilization is so good, it could make a video of a drunk person on a mechanical bull look like a ballet performance. But beware, this little powerhouse gets hotter than a jalapeno in a sauna, so don't be surprised if it shuts down mid-extreme sports session. GoPro Hero 11 Black Mini. This pint-sized powerhouse is like the annoying little brother of the Hero 11 Black. All the power but half the size and none of the screens. It's got the same 5.3K 60 frames per second video capabilities as its big bro, but good luck framing your shots without a display. Hope you like surprises. The built-in battery means you can't swap it out when it dies, so your extreme sports session might end sooner than you'd like, but hey, at least you'll have an excuse to hit the bar early. Akaso Brave 4 Elite. This budget-friendly action cam is like the off-brand cereal of the camera world. It's not quite GoPro, but it'll do in a pinch. It boasts 4K 60 frames per second video and 20 megapixel photos, which sounds impressive until you realize the image quality is about as crisp as a soggy potato chip. But hey, with its built-in 64GB memory and voice control in 7 languages, you can at least curse at it in multiple tongues when it inevitably disappoints you. DJI Osmo Pocket 3. This pocket-sized powerhouse packs a 1-inch sensor and 4K 120fps video, making your vlogs look so crisp you'll think you're living in the Matrix. The 3-axis gimbal keeps things smoother than a baby's bottom, even when you're running from the cops or chasing your dog who stole your sandwich, but at $519, it'll make your wallet cry harder than you did during Titanic, so maybe stick to your phone camera if you're not ready to sell a kidney. DJI Osmo Action 3. This little beast is tougher than your ex's new boyfriend, with its ability to survive 16-meter deep dives and temperatures as low as -20 degrees Celsius. It's got dual touchscreens because one just wasn't enough, and a battery life that'll outlast your attention span during a history lecture. However, if you're looking for 5K or 8K video, you're shit out of luck. This bad boy maxes out at 4K. Insta360 X3. This 360-degree camera is like having eyes in the back of your head except you won't look like a freak from a sci-fi movie. It can shoot 5.7K 360 video and 72 megapixel photos, making your Instagram feed look like it was shot by a Hollywood cinematographer. But beware, the battery life is shorter than your patience during a DMV visit, so pack some extra juice. Olympus Tough TG7. This camera is tougher than a $2 steak, able to survive drops, freezing temperatures, and crushing pressures that would make your high school bully cry. It's got a microscope mode that'll let you see the pores on a flea's ass, but with only 12 megapixels, don't expect to blow up your shots for billboards. And at $550, it's more expensive than your last 3 dates combined. Insta360 RS. This modular marvel is like the Swiss Army knife of action cams, letting you swap lenses faster than you change your mind about going to the gym. It can shoot 6K widescreen video that'll make your GoPro toting friends green with envy, and its flow state stabilization is smoother than your pickup lines. But with all these pieces to juggle, you might spend more time assembling your camera than actually shooting. DJI Action 2. This tiny magnetic cube of a camera is like a transformer for your adventures. It's modular, it's waterproof, and it's got more frame rate options than you can shake a stick at. But hold on to your hats, folks, because this little beast gets hotter than a jalapeno on the sun, and its battery life is shorter than my attention span. Still, if you want 4K at 120 frames per second in a package smaller than your grandma's dentures, the DJI Action 2 might just be your jam. Akaso EK7000 Pro. If you're looking for a GoPro alternative that won't cost you an arm and a leg, the Akaso EK7000 Pro is like the bargain bin hero of action cams. This bad boy shoots 4K at 30 frames per second, has electronic image stabilization, and comes with more accessories than a teenage girl's charm bracelet. Sure, the image quality might be mediocre and the audio is about as crisp as a soggy potato chip, but hey, at least you'll have enough money left over for that sweet mountain bike you've been eyeing. E4K Plus. The E4K Plus is like the overachieving middle child of action cameras. It's got 4K at 60 frames per second, which even made GoPro sweat for a while. This little powerhouse has a touchscreen that's tougher than your ex's heart thanks to its Gorilla Glass coating. But before you get too excited, remember it's about as waterproof as a sieve without its case, and its voice controls are about as reliable as a weather forecast. Akaso Vi50X. The Akaso 550X is like the Swiss Army knife of budget action cams. It's got 4K resolution, a wide 170-degree field of view, and enough mounting accessories to make a hardware store jealous. But let's be real, folks, the image quality is grainier than a sandpaper smoothie, and it's about as good at autofocusing as a drunk person trying to thread a needle. Still, for the price of a fancy dinner, you get a camera that'll capture your adventures. Sort of. Akaso Brave 7. The Akaso Brave 7 LE is like the plucky underdog of the action cam world. It's got dual screens, decent image stabilization, and it's waterproof without a case up to 1 meter, so don't go deep sea diving. But let's not kid ourselves, the menu is clunkier than a 90s cell phone, and the image quality is about as crisp as a foggy morning. Still, for the price of a few avocado toasts, you get a vlogging-friendly action cam that won't leave your wallet crying. Xiaomi Mi action camera, 4K. This little powerhouse packs a punch with 4K recording at 30 frames per second, perfect for capturing your epic fails in stunning detail. The 2.4-inch touchscreen is a nice touch, but good luck seeing it in bright sunlight. You might as well be looking at a black mirror. And while the 145-degree wide-angle lens is great for fitting all your friends in the frame, it's also great for making you look like you have a giant nose in selfies. SJ8 Pro. Holy shit, this camera can shoot 4K at 60 frames per second. That's smoother than a freshly waxed dolphin. The 6-axis image stabilization will keep your footage steady even when you're shaking like a leaf after too many energy drinks. But beware, the battery life is about as long as your attention span, so pack some spares or prepare for disappointment. Apex Cam M80 Air. This budget-friendly action cam claims to shoot 4K, but it's about as real as your ex's promises. The battery life is so short, you'll spend more time changing batteries than actually recording. On the bright side, it's waterproof up to 40 meters, so you can drown your sorrows and the camera at the same time. Wolong GA300 with 4K 60 frames per second recording and 8x zoom. This camera lets you get up close and personal with the action or your neighbor's barbecue. We won't judge. The 40-meter waterproof case means you can take it diving, but the touchscreen becomes as useful as a chocolate teapot underwater. And while the 6-axis stabilization is nice, it won't save you from looking like a drunk squirrel when you're mountain biking. Insta360 Go3S. This tiny camera is smaller than your ego after a bad date, but don't let that fool you. It packs 4K resolution and some serious stabilization. The magnetic mounting system is clever, but good luck finding it when it falls off in the grass. And while the auto editing feature is cool, it's about as reliable as your drunk friend's directions home. Insta360 X4. Holy moly, this bad boy shoots in 8K resolution, making your adventures look so crisp you'll feel like you're reliving them in VR. The X4's got some serious stamina too, with a battery life that'll outlast your energy drinks and a waterproof design that'll have you filming underwater shenanigans for days. But watch out for that hefty price tag. It might make your wallet cry harder than you did during that failed backflip attempt. Thanks for watching. Even though I doubt it, I hope this video helped you pick a product. Links to all these products will be in the description below. Peace out.